Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It is me at CGP and back on those starter day one builds. So what do we got here? Green. We're gonna do green starter build. And spoiler alert, before you see that deck list, this one doesn't have a bunch of vehicles. We actually did a deck without Heart of Kirin and without Scrap Heap Scrounger. No, we built more of a green mega ramp type build, and I'm excited to see how it performs. So let's see what our hands look like. But I would say this is, I don't know about you, I don't know where you're at in your Magic career. I'm a bit over the vehicles angle of MTG. I can't wait for it to be done, and so that's why I'm more excited about this deck, because it's more of a traditional green play big nonsense creatures. I mean, you can see it right here. We got Aetherwind Basker in the deck. So this is a good old-fashioned Godzilla build, and I'm excited to take it out. For that reason, of course, it might just be very vulnerable to control decks, removal decks, and things of that nature. But it's probably one of the more fun of my starter builds to play. Rupturing Spire. So our opponent's looking to fix their mana, make mana of any color. They're willing to give up their second turn completely to do it. Let's get our Druid of the Cowl out there. I would love to top deck a play for next turn, as that's what's missing in this hand right now. If we don't draw something to play next turn, we're going to have a very empty turn. And if there's no pressure on opponent, they probably won't have too much trouble dealing with this Aetherwind Basker. Okay, it's a play. It's something. I'm going to start with attacking my Druid of the Cowl. And then we'll go for it. Walking Ballista still making the cut, in case you thought we were going to have like an Artifact and Kaladesh free deck. We just can't do that, my friends. We still must have the Walking Ballista in everything. And it makes sense, as this is a big mana deck. Big Walking Ballistas, that should be part of it. Curious if the opponent's going to make a play. They are sitting back not doing much, which I do not cast Prodigious Growth, which is +7/+7 in trample, unless my opponent lets their guard down. I'm thinking, will I get settled though? I will attack with the ramp creatures, because turning them into lands is hardly the end of the world. And keeping our Ballista back and just continuing to pile counters onto it sounds like a wise play in the face of potential Settle the Wreckage. Our opponent with just not taking actions. This is very unusual, to put it mildly. I'm not sure what we're supposed to be thinking. Maybe I'm supposed to be playing around nothing here. It's quite possible our opponent is just on a very obscure deck. However, playing around nothing is not, it's just not my default. I think, though, God, you cast Godzilla when you can cast Godzilla, don't you? Let's try attacking with the Ballista and see if it gets in there. If the opponent does something to remove it, then Godzilla. Actually, that's not even smart, because if what removes it is a Seal Away or something like that, we will wish we still had it to pile our mana into. Such a tough call. I'm gonna stop being a wimp and play around less things, and we'll see how it pays off. Okay, our opponent's continuing to do nothing. Does that... So the other thing I'm thinking here is Fumigate, but I guess if my opponent doesn't draw the land, we just smash him. I'm going for it. I'm done holding back. If our opponent was just to counter this, it doesn't make sense. I think they would have countered the Ballista a turn or two ago. They could have drawn it. That would be fortunate for them. And give me that energy. All right, 4 energy now in the pool. So let's see if our opponent wants to do something. Make a play, maybe. Or concede in the face of the mighty Godzilla. Shall we try again before we dive into that deck list? See if we can get something a little closer. Our opponent's only resolved card was Authority of the Consuls. Gonna have to do a little better. We have a ramp spell. We have a 2-drop, basically. Yeah, I think we can keep it. I don't like 4 lands, but as it would be easy to flood out from here. But we have so many big cards in our deck that being able to get to 5 and having a 3/4 on the battlefield, it seems nice. So let's make some energy. We do play multiple energy cards, but we don't play with Aether Hub, and the reason for that is that we have Blanchwood Armor in the deck, which hopefully will pop up in the future, as that can be a very fun card. It gives +X/+X for each forest you control, so it'd be nice to draw. Gigantosaurus. Alright. Let's play a Cultivator's Caravan because we can tap it for mana. This play leaves Blossoming Defense available, where the Elvish Rejuvenator does not. Let's get in for some damage. And our opponent will tap for a treasure map, which leaves us an opening to resolve Gigantosaurus, but we can't protect it. I'm very tempted to hold it until we can put a Blossoming Defense up. The problem with that, of course, it doesn't get around counter magic, so we've got a big gamble coming up here. The other advantage right now, though, is I get to pop my opponent for 5. Let's rejuvenate. We're going to hold off on the Gigantosaurus for 1 turn. We're going to put Galta on the bottom. Oh, my life. Oh, the pain. Alright, take that. Let's see what our opponent leaves up this time. If they do leave up a counter magic, we don't have to play into it. We can just smash it on our opponent some more with the 5/5 Caravan. Gonti is annoying. Oh god, Death Touch. Gross. Wish I could give myself Hexproof. Not only that, it's gonna grab one of my creatures, I'm sure of it. I actually think the right play is probably going to be to jam the Gigantosaurus and just crash in with the Caravan and the Rampager and the Rejuvenator. If Gonti wants to trade with the Caravan, he won't be there to block the Gigantosaurus, and we'll have Blossoming Defense for it. But our opponent's likely to get a creature off this Gonti, as that's most of our deck. There's an elf. Okay, doesn't change things. So we'll follow through on the plan and just go for the beats. Obviously, Gonti can trade with the Caravan or just eat the Rejuvenator. I'm stunned. Don't. So my opponent must be thinking that they have a way to kill the Gigantosaurus, which would then mean my Caravan can't be crewed, but I still find that line absurdly risky. But let's see how it plays out for him. Yes, of course. Classic scoop 'em ups. Can't bear to see the Blossoming Defense, just scoop to it without seeing it. Let's have a look at the build really quick. Basically, you see all the one-ofs here on top. Like, gosh, everything from about this point in the 3s all the way to the end is like a singleton deck. That's because we're just putting in all the big, expensive, kind of large payoff rares from Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, along with a few of the cards you get in the starter deck. You do see the 4 Walking Ballistas down here. Get used to it. It's just that good of a card. 2 Blossoming Defense makes the deck mostly possible. You only get 1 Rampager because it's rare, but then we get 2 Llanowars, 4 Druids, and 2 Servants as our acceleration. And helping out in the acceleration department, we have 2 Elvish Rejuvenators, Rishkar, Pima Renegade, and Cultivator's Caravan. So 10 total ramp spells. It's fine. And then we have 2 Nature's Way. It's our removal. It's It's okay. I think it's a little... I think it's considerably better than Prey Upon or other fight cards. It can kill a card like Gonti because it's not a fight mechanic. It just deals its power. The Vigilance and Trample are great too. Obviously combos well with Gigantosaurus and similar things. There's Blanchwood Armor to just go way over the top. Make any creature into a humongous monster. A Lifecrafter's Bestiary to grind out those controlling mages. We have one Aether Sphere Harvester for a little bit of evasion and life gain. Then further down the line, we're running Bristling Hydra, Gigantosaurus, Nissa Vital Force, Verta's Gearhulk, Sky Sovereign, Aggressive Mammoth, Prodigious Growth, Rishkar's Expertise, Aetherwind Basker, Garrick's Horde, and Gulcha Primal Hunger for the payoff. Let's go get some more. Sarkin Avatar, sicking a baby dragon on me, sending it after me. Ooh, we got all the ramps. Might as well. Starting with a Llanowar Elf. Feels nice. Ooh, and my elf lives? Consider me a lucky man. Unfortunately, all I have to do with it here is attack. Yep, Fatal Push. I would have done it first. Our opponent kind of got away with something there because I didn't have a payoff for the elf. They would be very punished if I just used it for mana instead of them killing it with the instant speed on the attack. Just, you know, do it on your turn. There you go, like that. Really don't understand what's going through the mind of the foe I am playing, but we'll keep the elves coming. Opponent's kind of playing an almost land destruction strategy, and it looks like Jund, possibly some kind of a Jund, kill them all. Let's deploy the creatures. Let's do it. No fear of a sweeper, just zero respect for one. It's green. What are you supposed to do? There's nothing you can do. If they're gonna sweep you, they're gonna sweep you. Ooh, unclaimed territory. Yeah, he's expertise. Awesome. With no play, by the way, and we draw 7. Yep. All right. I see where this is going. What are we claiming, by the way? Dragon, sure. Jund, kill everything dragons. I'm sure the dragon part will kick in any second. Yep. Planeswalkers are nice.
Ooh, I love what they... Nothing is more loyal than the dead.
Alright. We'll give Nissa a shot at this.
The land shall conquer you. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
If Nissa goes down, though, I'm going to leave the game in all likelihood, as it's really not worth it to play against the Jund kill 'em all. Things simply didn't go our way. And now our forests are dying. Why?
Death is ever present.
Alright, I'm going to make a weird play. I'm going to get back the forest.
Nature always finds a way.
And get it back out there, and then play the bestiary. Because we do need our land, and if Nissa lives for one more turn, we can ramp out one of these monsters and hope. Although, at that point, Liliana can mine us to kill it, which is oh so sad. Dragon's Horde is a card. Liliana still doesn't have a dragon in the graveyard, so I'm starting to wonder what dragons are in the deck.
You hold no power over me.
I mean, we got a prism right there, which is interesting. And now a Sarkin, so our opponent slamming the Planeswalkers. They got their mythic on.
Who are you to call me mad? I'll show you unhinged.
It doesn't even want to discard a card from the hand. That's how good they feel about their hand. Yeah, this game is over.
Let us talk of peace.
Yeah, peace won't help us, Nissa. All right, we do need the land. So we'll draw that. We'll play it. I guess we can hope our opponent doesn't want to minus the Majesty is probably our best hope now. But it'll even blow up the forest, which is very annoying. We could also hope they just miss that line. It's a thing. Yep, good call.
Witness my fury!
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Alright, enough of that. Because even if we could deal with the Liliana somehow or get some traction, there's still a Sarkin. Our opponent likes their hand so much they're not even looting. There's nothing to be done. Yay for sweepers. Yay for sweepers. Let's try to go out on a winning note. Let's get one more. Like I said, this is probably one of the more fun starter builds, but you would much prefer to be playing red against a deck like we just played. Decks full of removal spells really like it when you're just playing big dorks. Hey, let's give Nissa another shot. Maybe we can get Vengeance. It's almost the same, like, it's a very similar hand. Well, that makes Llanowar Elves pretty bad. Yep, get it over with. Probably going to shoot the elves with something. Whether or not it's the Firebrand is the only question. I'll be here a while. Just gonna relax. Decision made, sorta. We still have whether or not to attack to figure out. Sure. How about now? Can we attack? Alright, big stuff. We have to live long enough to play it. Our opponent's playing good old 1-drops and kill your blockers. Yep. 2 elves up, 2 elves dead. I guess we could draw a Bristling Hydra here, and that would probably be really tough to deal with. Our opponent hasn't exactly hit payoffs either. These are 1/1s we're talking about. Yeah, hello. I see you. Your go. Please stop taking a million years to do every single thing you do. Come on. Oh, look at that. More 1-drops. Magic's great. So, how much time stalling should I put up with? Alright. We'll play this. It'll get shot, I'm sure. But, because that's the only thing our opponent keeps in their hand here, I bet. Things that shoot your stuff. this is for those of you wondering why Bomat Courier is a good card. I receive that question sometimes. This is a Bomat Courier game, a game that's going to be defined by this card, because what it's going to let the opponent do is draw at least 4 cards now after it attacks, which puts the opponent so far ahead of me. They should, but if you are ever playing Bomat Courier, you should use that ability first. You should attack with it, then sacrifice it to draw the cards. Don't do that before combat. Do that after you start combat, but before the Bomat Courier would die in combat. Here we go. So I'm going to try to at least shut down the other Bomat Courier before things get too bad. And the only way that we're still in this game is our opponent has such small creatures. So it's possible that we could get a large body onto the battlefield, and they may have a hard time dealing with it, as the another Bomat Courier is still just a 1/1 at this point. Okay. 6 mana. We could play Nissa, make a 5/5 and say go and have 2 blockers, or we could deploy an aggressive Mammoth. I think right now we need to make sure we have enough blockers. Nissa also can sort of provide a distraction. Maybe the opponent goes after it.
Harness the elements.
But as it is, at least we have 2 blockers, one of which is a big old 5/5.
Behold nature's true power.
Trying to pass the turn. And we'll see if the opponent can figure out what to do here. Pia Nalar is very good. It can sacrifice its Thopters and such so that my creatures can't block. Could be very helpful if the opponent knows how to use it well. It's one of the deeper cards to use, oddly. It can be hard to tell what to do with it. But let's see how our opponent attacks here. Huh. What is happening? Whatever will they do? Well, our opponent has 0 timeouts. If they run this counter to 0, then I guess that's something we can be happy about, is they'll be stuck in whatever weird decision-making matrix they're living in. So, a lightning strike, something like that, is the thing to live in the most fear of. So I think I'll take 2. Let's think about this. Our opponent has 5 mana, which means the Thopter gets him for 3. So if we're at 8, 3... This plays around a lightning strike, but the lightning strike just goes face anyway, and we go to 7. And then next turn our opponent has these, and this can take us to 4. Like, how do we get back in the game? I don't know if we can attack our opponent fast enough, but if we get out Mammoth and Galta, we should be able to. Yeah, I think I'm going to take these blocks. I think they're the hardest for our opponent to have a trick for, although an Invigorated Rampage would be very frustrating. Still, trying to figure out how and what to do to play around the very last card in their hand. It's a difficult exercise. Nature's way off the top. Wow. So we add a green.
Rise, my elemental friend.
We can play you, but then we can't play Galta, right? Yep, then we're a mana short on the Galta. What's the Galta right now is 6, so it would be all of our mana. Deploying that Galta, man, be very nice, but I don't think I can do it. So we gotta go like that. Now we have an 8/8 and a 5/5. We have prodigious growth. And I think I just have to pass. I could attack. If my opponent takes it, I could kill them next turn, and they would have to kill me on their turn. It is interesting. But they can make the aggressive mammoth unable to block by sacrificing this. Attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's too close for my taste. Yeah, that's a good reason not to attack as well. So our opponent did have one of the 4-mana payoffs. They found it a little late, but quite the Hazoret. Hazoret's a good one. Okay. So we have to be wary that our opponent can sacrifice these to make our creatures unable to block next turn, which, you know, Hazoret might just kill us. So we got to kill the Pia Nalar with the Nature's Way. Our opponent's picking out attacks. The Mammoth can definitely block the Hazoret, which means the Forest eats something else. Weird. This whole attack seems strange to me. It's just for chip points of damage. So this is an easy block. And I guess I should protect my life total. So we'll block over here, and we'll take 2. And our opponent will lose their Rigging Runner. I just feel like the Rigging Runner would be worth more damage the next turn. Maybe I'm wrong, though. How much is it right now? 1. So I should do this first.
Harness the elements.
There's Galta. We want a Nature's Way, the Pia. So what do we want to have? Vigilance and Trample? All our creatures have Trample. Or other creatures have Trample. This does have Trample. Okay, so you. So now that it has Vigilance, it can go crashing in. And I guess I just need to attack with this, because next turn will be lethal, so I may as well hold everything else back for good measure. And our opponent has to figure out how to kill us right now. Mountain off the top. So they can attack with the Bowmats, put cards under them, and draw, and hope to hit 2 lightning strikes. Well, they apparently don't know that trick with Bowmat Courier because they're sacrificing it before attacking. Will we possibly see the revenge of Nissa Vital Force? Opponent's going to send the Thopter. And they hold the card in their hand. Yeah, I think I just go for the Overwhelming Force. I think I've got it anyway. But let's just be certain. Yep, that'll bring the scoops. A 15-15 and a 12-12 trample. Yeah, that'll bring it home. All right, take that, Red Mage. Green power. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're a new player, I hope you give the green starter deck a try and maybe someday craft it up into the Stompy build. I think it's a fun way to play aggro. I can never be too mad at green the way I get a little salty with red. All right, thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow along. We still have a few more starter deck videos to make. And for today, for right now, I'm CGB. This has been another day in the arena. I will see you later.